Yes.
Did you?
Yes.
Okay, I didn't receive it, I don't think. What? Let me just double check here. Can you tell me your email address? Oh, you can't see me. Sorry, let me start. Okay, there we go.
Okay. My
Yes, because I am looking now through my emails. Sorry, I'm not being rude. I am just trying to see. Okay, no, maybe you typed my email in wrong because I haven't received it.
I don't know.
Okay,
Let
no,
me see.
it's fine. What you can do is when the lesson is finished, just double check because I'm going to type mine here for you again.
Okay. But
So,
I typed it right in the Zoom address.
okay, maybe just check. Sometimes you can miss out something. Okay, so don't worry about it now. You can check it later, but I have sent you my email address now in the chat. Okay.
Okay, I copied.
Okay, you got it. Good. So, I'm actually stuck on what to teach you. We're going to start a new book next time, but I was only told like 2 minutes ago. So at the moment, I don't have the new work for you. Okay. So we're just gonna
Okay.
carry on with this for now. But I'm going to try and ask you harder questions and teach you some new vocabulary. Okay, you know what vocabulary is?
Yes, of course.
Of course, good. Okay, because I was told you finished an A something test. Hold on.
Yeah. Okay.
The KETA2 test.
What are you talking about?
Okay, no, my boss told me we need to change the work that you're doing. We need to make it harder. But it's not going to be from this lesson, it's going to be from next lesson. Because you passed a level. So that level means you can now go up.
Okay.
Okay. So remember we were talking about these. What are these?
The cover.
These are books. Okay.
The books. The cover of the books.
Yes, the covers of the books. So you said you know two books, I think. The Harry Potter and the Pinocchio.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So do you remember what genre means?
Huh?
Genre.
Genre.
I will
What?
type it for you. Yes. Okay. Oops. Why did you just put G? Okay. You see the word I wrote there?
Okay, I remember.
Okay. What does genre mean?
Genre is is the first part of a book, I think, is often seen in the top of the book. Is
No.
say
That's
about
a
what?
title.
No, I don't mean the title. It's like in the book. It's like have
Oh, that's an introduction.
Oh, okay.
Okay, hold on. Let me draw a little page on the side of our page here.
Okay.
And then I will write down. Okay, so genre means what? Okay, now I went blank. What type of book is it? But it doesn't just refer to a book. It can be a book, a movie, or music. So we have things like horror, romance, science fiction, adventure, and
Okay. Okay. I
comedy.
know.
Okay.
I
Yes.
remember now.
Okay. So these are just some. There is a whole lot more, but those are some of the genres that we get. So if you think of Harry Potter, what genre would you say Harry Potter is?
Harry Potter is science fiction.
Yes, it can
No,
also
and also fiction.
science fiction is more down the lines of things like robots. So yeah,
Okay.
science fiction gives you sorry, I have a dry throat. Okay, so science fiction usually has things to do with science. So science fiction will be things like robots, things that are made in a laboratory. You know what a laboratory is?
What laboratories? What you type
Yes.
of?
Bar. Oh, okay. Hold on. Give me 2 seconds. It's a long word and I went blank on how to spell it. Okay, so it's Laboratory. Okay, so can you see the word there? Laboratory.
Yes. It's look familiar, but I don't remember what means it is.
Okay, you don't remember what it means. Now, laboratory, if you think of a scientist, where does a scientist work?
A scientist. A scientist will. What kind of scientist?
Does this word look familiar?
Okay, in a lab.
In a lab.
They in a lab.
Yes. So, laboratory is just the proper word for lab. So it's going to be the place where they do their experiments, where they mix their chemicals, and where things happen. So science fiction is usually based off of that. Um, fantasy is usually based off of things that aren't real, but people make them real in a book, if you understand what I mean.
Yes.
Okay, so is magic real?
No.
No. Good. Are dragons real?
Dragons? No.
Okay. Have you watched Harry Potter?
Yes.
Okay. So you'll understand. Is moving staircases real?
What? What did you say?
Moving staircases.
What is it?
Okay, you know stairs that you walk up.
Okay, yes.
Yeah, it's called stairs, or the longer name is a staircase. Now in Harry Potter, the stairs will be here and then they will just magically move to here, if you understand.
Yes, okay.
Yes. So moving staircases, they're not real.
Yes.
Okay. So those type of things are usually your fantasy books. Science fiction will also be things like Star Wars. Do you know Star Wars or have you seen the movies?
Star Wars. Star. Huh? What
Star
is?
Wars.
I know, but is the word star make me confused?
Okay,
Star
star.
Wars.
Yes, a star literally means the star that's in outer space there in the sky that you see at night. Same thing.
I know, but the Star Wars, the word walls with that make me confused. I don't know.
Okay, so what the movie is about, maybe if I explain it, you'll understand a little bit more. Now, this movie is based in outer space, and the book is based in outer space. So, I don't really like Star Wars. I've watched it once, but I'll explain what I know. So, as far as I know, they're in space. There are different people, and they're fighting against each other. They don't like each other. So star doesn't mean, two stars fighting one another. It means,
Okay, the famous people.
no, it doesn't mean famous people. It means the movie is in outer space. So they don't mean star in the literal sense of these guys over here shooting each other with guns.
Okay.
Okay. It
Thing on
means
the star.
Yes, it just means that the movie and the book take place in outer space.
Okay.
Yes. And there is fighting in outer space. So it could also be called Moon Wars, and it would still work. But it doesn't mean the moon is fighting another moon.
Okay.
Okay. But that would also be science fiction, because nobody lives in space besides the astronauts. So it's science fiction. And they use like lightsabers. You know what a lightsaber is?
Lightsaber.
Yes, a lightsaber.
Lightsaber
No,
is the round.
it's light, as in, the light that comes from your roof. So it's lightsaber.
Light saber.
Okay.
Light.
Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to Google a picture. It'll be easier for you to understand. Okay, so a lightsaber is almost like a sword, but instead of the sword has got metal.
Yes.
Yes, a lightsaber is more like a laser that can cut. Yeah, that can cut and can hurt you the same way a sword would. So do you see my picture here?
Okay.
Yes. So because of things like this, which like I said aren't real, that would fall under sci-fi, science fiction.
Okay.
The name for science fiction is sci-fi. Okay. So Narnia would also be fantasy, because Narnia just some background. I like Narnia. I like watching the movie. I haven't read the book though. They walk through a cupboard. Do you know what a cupboard is?
Okay.
Okay. They will walk through a cupboard and they end up in a completely different world with a lion that talks. Yes, so it's fantasy because lions don't talk. You don't have a completely different world through your cupboard. You have clothes in your cupboard.
Yes, of course.
Okay, Matilda. I can't remember what Matilda is about, but if I'm not mistaken, she can move things with her mind.
Uh,
Jane Eyre, I have never read. I've heard of the book, so I can't tell you what it's about. And Pinocchio, you said you watched, so you can tell me what happened in Pinocchio.
Pinocchio. Pinocchio is a old boy made of a wood maker. He is when he made him, he is like are the what is it? Wood. What is yes, but it made by a wood maker. When he finished to create him, he just moved. He just moved and he moved and then the woodmaker don't have any children, so he see him as a son, but he just locked him in the room where he made him.
Okay.
And
what happens when Pinocchio lies?
The nose on his face will like grow longer.
Yes. And do you remember the name of the cricket?
No, I don't. In my reading, that credit that thing is not appear.
Okay. His name is Jiminy Cricket. Okay, the book I've read, he appears. Okay, so, can you explain what books you have read, but English books?
English book, like I said to you, I read the Magic Tree House. I just read at book 10, so I don't know much about it.
Okay, well then tell me the little bit that you do know about it.
Okay, I do know about it that they're brother and sister, Annie and Jack. And Annie is believed in magic, but Jack don't.
Okay.
Then one day, Annie saw the tree house, but Jack don't. So, but Jack don't. So she, after a few moments, she point and say about the tree house is help him to what is it?
Helps him to see the magic?
Yes, help him to see the treehouse like that.
Okay, good. So what is your favorite book that you've read? What is your favorite book?
My favorite book? I don't remember my favorite book, but I see that it's same. It's not very. It's not very like different as much.
Okay. So now we need to listen to a audio. So let's pull that up for you. Okay. There you go. Okay, can you hear it?
3. Cover to cover.
Yes.
Okay.
Harry Potter is a fantasy story. Star Wars is an action-packed adventure story. It happens in the future. Pinocchio has some amusing adventures, but it's a sad story. Jane Eyre is a romantic story, but it's also tragic. Matilda is a funny and enjoyable story. It is about an extraordinary girl. The Chronicles of Narnia is a fantasy novel based on a Christian theme.
Based on a Christian theme. Okay, I didn't know that. Okay. So, that, as much as it's also science fiction, it can also be adventure. That is another genre. Okay. So, let's see. Okay, so you just told me your favorite book. Okay, you're going to need to fill these in. So I need you to tell me about a favorite book. So, in your favorite book, who is the main character?
Let me think about the favorite book. I don't know what I like in the book.
You don't know what you like in the book.
I usually read comics book, so it's not really real romantic about of this. No, please. Do you know there's a comic called Who?
A comic called Who? No,
Yeah.
but talk about it, because while you talk about it, I'm going to Google it quickly so that I can
Okay.
understand what you are talking about.
Who and question mark. Okay.
Okay, so it's Who, WHO, and a question mark.
Yes. Yes, it's talk about famous people, and I think the one I like is J.K. Rowling. She has a childhood very interesting, that when there's a like a sense says that when she is about 6 or 7, her she changed house, and it's near the place where they put dead people. What is it?
For dead people.
Yes.
That's there's two names. It's either a graveyard or a cemetery.
Okay. What is family?
No, it's both. Okay, let me show you. Okay, the difference between a graveyard and a cemetery. Okay, so I'm going to show you what they say so you can read it and see. Okay, so the main primary means main. in this sentence. Primary means a lot of different things, but in this sentence, it means main. So the main difference between a graveyard and a cemetery is the fact that a graveyard is located right next to a church. And it's
Okay.
often associated with the church. Whereas a cemetery is far away from a church.
Mhm.
But most
Okay.
people will say graveyard, cemetery, graveyard, cemetery. It doesn't matter if it's next to a church or if it's not next to a church. But they are literally both the exact same. But like I showed you here, graveyard, there's the church. Cemetery, there's no church.
Okay. Okay. It's a cemetery. It's near cemetery. It's very quiet and peaceful. So J.K. Rowling is like to like with her sister go to the cemetery and reading books there. And about 1 year later, she is very interested in book and she writes a comic book. So and ask her mother and her sister to like read about it, and they both very interested about the story, and like that, older and older, she just reading books and creating books. Of course, it's not like it's private books that she just read that though, but then and then when she has a husband, the husband her husband is, I think he's a soldier, because when he's came home, he is his what is it?
Okay,
Uh,
try and
huh?
explain and then I'll help you with the sentence. So you said he's a
Like
soldier and when he comes home,
he is like grumpy and not friendly with her, and even he pushed her out of the house
okay, so do
like
you
that.
know why?
No, they don't read why, so I don't
Okay,
know.
but let me explain. It helps you understand your comic a little better. So, soldiers, they deal with a lot of dead people. They have had to unfortunately shoot a lot of people. They have also lost a lot of friends and they are constantly on edge. So they're constantly worried. So they suffer from something called PTSD. Now, not everybody suffers from it, not every soldier, just some of them. So this means post traumatic stress disorder. Okay, so you can see what I wrote there. Hello?
Okay.
Okay,
PTSD, post traumatic stress disorder.
yes. So, for example, someone that's been in the army and even some of your policemen can suffer from PTSD. It literally means the stuff that's in your past that you've seen and you've had to go through causes a change in your brain. So, because you're constantly ready to fight, sometimes when they come back from war, they want to fight with everybody, their family, their wives, their children. Um, if they seem okay And for example, you know, fireworks.
Yes.
If fireworks go off, they might panic, run, and try and find their gun because fireworks sounds very similar in their head to gunfire.
Okay.
Yes, so it's a
But he
sickness.
is not. But this case is not like that. He's just out and come home, and about earn money, do housework is all on J.K. Rowling hands. So she stayed with him one day, and he pushed her out of the house. Even they are having a very small children then, but he don't care. Then
Okay.
yes, like that. So like she is not have a very like happy life
Okay.
before Harry Potter um before Harry Potter that public.
Oh, so this was before she wrote Harry Potter. I knew J.K. Rowling sounded similar. I mean, familiar. Okay. So, over here, we have to match this to this. So, okay, we have Matilda. Oh, okay, I do remember Matilda. Matilda is a very funny movie. If you can find it, watch it. Okay,
Mm.
so number one, Matilda matches with.
Can you repeat?
Okay, we have to match the words in this column to the sentences in this column. So, which will Matilda match with?
Matilda, her family, Jenny, and Trunchbull. Trunchbull. What is it?
Trunchbull.
Trunchbull. What is it?
Okay, Trunchbull is actually a teacher in the school that Matilda goes to. She is a very, very, very horrible lady who locks the children up in a closet that has spikes in it.
Okay, spiders.
No, not spiders, spikes.
Spikes. What is it?
Okay, let me see if I can find you a picture. It's gonna be easier to explain. Okay. Trunchbull's closet. Okay, I found it. And then I'll show you what it looks like too. Okay, that.
Oh. What is
Yes. So it's like a closet, but there's like a whole lot of spikes that are like poking through the door. So when she used to lock kids in the closet, they had to literally just stand like this and not move or they would get hurt by one of the spikes. And this is what she looks like.
Huh.
Yes. So yeah, this lady here.
Okay.
Okay. So she is a very, very horrible lady. She is not nice whatsoever. She's not nice to the kids. She's not nice to the other teachers. She's just terrible. So that
Okay.
is who Trenchbull is. Okay, now what will Harry Potter match with?
Harry Potter is Harry, his friends, and his magic teachers.
Good. Pinocchio.
Pinocchio, his father, Geppetto, and a big whale.
Yes, Geppetto.
Geppetto.
And then the Chronicles of Narnia.
The previous side. What? Right?
Pevenses.
Yeah. Princess Aslan the Lion and Prince Caspian.
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 Yes. Okay, good. So, match and practice with a partner and then think up one more answer for each. Okay, so in Pinocchio, what happens? And can you think of something else from Pinocchio that happens? So match it first and then, oh no. Okay, from your book, think of something interesting that happened. So we're going to match these and then you're going to tell me something interesting from your book.
What is my book?
You can either say from Who, the comic that you read. I did try and Google it. Nothing came up, so I'm actually not entirely sure what it is. Okay, so let's match. One is Pinocchio.
Pinocchio saves his father from a big whale.
Yes. Matilda.
Matilda does magic and Miss Trunchbull runs away.
Yes. Good. They put worms in her cake and worms in her tea. They made her run away. Okay, and 3, the Chronicles of Narnia.
Alan dies, but he comes back to life.
Yes, that's why I said it's fantasy. Because people don't just come back from the dead. Okay, now the name of your book and one interesting event. Try and make it short. So, for example, I'm just gonna say
Okay.
Harry Potter. Ron Ron vomits snails. I don't know if you've watched that one.
Okay, no.
A magic spell backfired, and instead of somebody else vomiting snails, Ron vomited snails.
Okay. Mrs. Snail, I don't heard of it.
Pardon?
You say he runs a Mrs. Snail?
Mrs. Snow.
What did you say? What did you say he ran off?
No, I said run, like throws up snails. You know the animal?
Yes, the snail. Okay, I know it. His Ron's stick is broken, and when he take a spell on what Draco, and
yes.
is jump back to his tummy as snails run back.
Yes. Okay. So our lesson is going to end just now. Like I say, just come back and we'll finish the last 5 minutes.
Okay.
Okay. So I've got a feeling you're going to tell me about your interesting event and this lesson is going to end. But anyway, what book are you going to talk about?
Okay. I think it's the book and